Alright, hello everyone and welcome back. After my long deep slumber, I have finally returned with a new installment for the GenSquare. But before we get into all that, I just want to say happy 2026 to everyone. I hope you guys all have a great year and you accomplish all the things that you are hoping for. And if anyone was wondering where I was having a holiday, as most people do, and I have moved into a new residence at my university, and I've been doing a bit of back work which has kept me pretty preoccupied for a little bit, but I'm finally ready to get back to the grind of the GenSquare because I have been inspired over the holidays and I would like to keep going. But anyways, the next installment for the GenSquare is a little sweet and efficient villager crop farm, giving you potatoes, carrots, and a whole lot of wheat. And the best part about it is that there is only a single hopper in the entire system right over here. So none of that hopper spam nonsense anywhere and any hopper minecarts going around and ruining everybody's day. So all I've got going on this farm is 4 villages and 4 allays, and these guys get the entire job done. So before I get carried away, the rates of this farm are 3 stacks of carrots, 3 stacks of wheat, and 3 stacks of potatoes per hour. And kind of the way this works is it generates about slightly more than a half a stack of each item per daylight cycle, because villagers can only work from 8 o'clock till I think it's like 4 or 5, which is very lazy of them. So there's only actually a limited amount of time in the day where they will be doing all their crop harvesting. But that also means that if you do not sleep, this farm will have half the rates. Alright, so let me talk a little bit about how this farm works. It's pretty self-explanatory, but basically we have a villager farming crops in each one of these little cells. He goes around breaking and planting them as villagers do, but the trick is each one of these villagers will have their entire inventories full with that same crop. And another important trick are these trapdoors over here, which prevent the villagers from being able to get to this composter and getting rid of all their hard-earned potatoes for some bone meal that they don't even use. So yeah, the trapdoors make this farm a little bit more efficient. And then the second part of this farm is the allays. So as most of you probably know, allays go around collecting stuff that they have in their hand and will then chuck it at the nearest note block that is playing sounds. So these guys just fly around collecting the stuff the villagers break and they throw it towards the note block. As you can see on this side where the note block is, I've created a little collection system which will kind of collect all the potatoes that are thrown against this wall, and they slide perfectly down this gap or any of these other gaps over here. And all the items together just flow down this water stream like you just saw over there and end up in the collection system. So this way there are no items lost against the walls or sitting on edges, and also you only need a single hopper to collect all of the items from these 4 farms. And of course, as you can imagine, this design is very modular. You can build it up, you can build it sideways, you can expand it however you like. I've made it in a very nice square and very cheap in terms of resources. Alright, so let me talk a little bit about how you set this guy up. Well, I've decided to change my approach a little bit with this part of the video, which is kind of a general announcement for the GenSquare in general. So, what I'm going to be doing is creating a survival series, creating the entire GenSquare from scratch. Because I was building it on a server, and sadly they shut down the server and started off a new season because everyone was getting bored. I mean, fair enough, to be honest. But that was a bit annoying for me because I put all the work there and I do not have the world anymore. So I've decided I will make a single player world that will never go away, and it is over there that I will fully record and construct every element of the GenSquare. So yeah, I will briefly describe how you set up this farm now, but later on there will be a full survival demonstration of how this thing is going to work. Well, first of all, you got to build the entire structure first with all the crops and everything in them. And then secondly, you are going to want to get your villagers. So an incredible new thing they added in one of the newer versions is the ability to put leashes on boats. So literally what all you have to do is catch a few of these guys. Wait, get in the boat, buddy. There we go. So all you have to do is catch a couple of these guys in some boats like this. And this is the magic part, attach some leashes. Oh. Well, no, we don't want to be doing that. But anyways, you attach some leashes And all you have to do now is literally just hop up the side of this building with these villagers, and they will kind of follow you. And apparently I have a little bit of a train of villagers here, but doesn't make any difference. We are going to swing them around like this. Hopefully I've caught that guy on the bottom. Let's see. Aha. Alright, now all you have to do is jump off. I guess now is a little bit of a tricky part, but basically what you would do is you would break this boat, break open a couple blocks in the floor, and these villagers should pathfind to the workstations that they want. But as of right now, of course, they're occupied, so they're going to wander around and be a little bit of a menace. But yeah, that's basically how you get your villagers in here. And another cool trick, let's say you have a village really far away. What you can do is bring a couple boats with you and some leads. You can leash this guy to yourself, and you can just hop into the nearest river with these villagers, and you can just boat around yourself with the boats with the villagers around in the back, which makes it so easy to transport stuff. So well done to Mojang for that part, to be honest. And then with the allays, of course, you got to do a little trick with duplicating them with the jukebox and some amethyst crystals, but that's pretty simple. So all you need is one from a woodland mansion or a pillager outpost. So all you got to do is put the wheats, carrots, or potatoes in this guy's little offhand, and then you just kind of throw a couple blocks into one of these cells, and he will just run down there and pick him up. And now he's trapped for life with his villager buddy. And one last thing before I forget, a very important part of the farm is depending on which villager crop field you have, you are going to flood his inventory with the crop that he is picking up. So for example, you will need either 8 stacks of seeds, 8 stacks of carrots, or 8 stacks of potatoes. And then what you're going to do is you're just going to take your 8 stacks and just vomit it out at them. And well, they would come and pick it up and start planting. And what this means is that if their inventory is full, they will not be able to pick up any of the stuff that they break. And that way it ensures that this farm will run forever and ever without them ever having like cluttered inventory slots with any other kind of crop. Alright, but yeah, that pretty much sums it up. There will of course be a world download and a schematic in the video description. So yeah, please be sure to like and subscribe, everyone. I hope you enjoyed this video. And yeah, please keep looking out for the new GenSquare videos and the survival series on the Gen deck that I will be making at some point in the future. So yeah, thank you guys for watching, and I will see you in the next video. Goodbye.